Cheers, Crafty Crandall fam, to a fantastic 2024 and the excitement of something new in 2025 and the beginning of a new sketchbook. One of my goals for 2025 is to create more artwork than I did in 2024. So we are starting this year off right, and we are going to do the first page of my sketchbook now, here on the 31st, the last day of 2024, so that we can start off the year without those first page jitters and just get right into creating more artwork this year. I was given this new sketchbook for Christmas, and I'm really excited to use it. It's beautiful, it's got a really cool cover, and it is a square watercolor sketchbook. So hoping that I can create some cool things in here. I want to try some pieces that are just the square, some pieces that are landscape, some pieces that are portrait, and I think that this will be a really fun sketchbook to do that in. I started off by writing my mission statement for the year: make more art. From there, I moved on to taping the edges of that first page so that I could have some crisp borders at the end of this process, and started sketching. My reference photo, as you can see here, is a self-portrait of myself holding my guitar, which is also my new profile picture for YouTube. If you'd seen my previous one, then you might have realized that I changed it, and I think this is more in line with my new my goals for the year, as far as creating more artwork surrounding music and continuing to explore my passion for music, creating new music, etc. So I wanted this to kind of align with those goals, in addition to my artistic goals, which again is to make more art. Now, what does that mean, really? I did not create very much artwork in the year of 2024. I made about 12 custom cards for people, in addition to the cards that I did for my holiday cards video, which I was really proud of and really enjoyed doing, but I didn't really do any larger scale pieces or any sketchbook pieces, sort of at all. So this year I want to be better about that and make more pieces in my sketchbook like this one. I finished off this sketch, and then it was time to start getting my paint ready. With my paint ready and my water all set, I first decided to paint the background of the piece. I have made this mistake many times where I do a great job of painting the internal part, but I never really focus on the background or don't have a background established, and then I end up ruining the piece when I go to finish the background. So I decided this time that was not going to be the case. I started with a very light wash of purple, which was kind of the undertones of the shadows in the photo, so I wanted to capture that in this painting. I then went through with a darker, deeper purple to do the shadows on the face and kind of build out just where I needed to keep the purple elements alive in the painting, because there was a lot of purples, but also then a lot of warmth, a lot of pinks in the face. So trying to contrast the cooler tones with the warmer tones, and just making sure that I kind of kept true to the reference photo as much as possible was important to me when starting this piece. Starting a new sketchbook can be a little bit nerve-wracking or scary. That first page can elicit a fear of failure and a desire to do really well with it. And I think that something I'm working hard to embrace is that I have lost a lot of my skills when it comes to art because I have not practiced. And there is nothing inherently wrong with that. I simply prioritized other things that were more meaningful at the time. This year, I would like to strike a balance between practicing guitar, learning music, and practicing my artwork. So for me, that very simply means putting pencil to paper, putting brush to paint and making art. I'm not putting any pressure on myself from a quantitative perspective, with the exception of making more than the perhaps, dozen-ish cards that I made this year. That shouldn't be that difficult. It's not a daunting task. And so other than that, I really just want to put more time and effort into my artwork so that I don't lose further skills or further physical approaches to the practice of artwork. I genuinely enjoy creating and am really excited this year to start some new creative endeavors and just integrate artwork more so as a part of my personality and integrate it with my music and in general my life. This is an invigorating time of year. It always is, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to start something new and have that little spark of inspiration at the beginning of a year to put some solid goals in. And if I don't make them, then that's life. I will have prioritized other things yet again and will once again introspect, reflect, and figure out what I want to do. So this, I guess, is my message to you, is to reflect on that, but don't put too much pressure on yourself, and really just pursue your passions. I think that life is short. We get really bogged down in a lot of the pressures and difficulties of life, and it can be difficult enough as it is. So that's me giving myself permission to try, fail, and try again. Coming back to the artwork in front of us, I, at this point, was pretty happy with how it was going. And then this happened. I started lining parts of it to bring out the eyes and bring out the deepest, darkest shadows of the piece, and completely made a mistake here with the right side of the mouth. If you're looking at it like my left side, if you're looking from my perspective as the subject, I should not have filled that in as darkly as I did, and I made it look really weird. So from that point on, I just had to persevere through the rest of the piece. There was nothing I could do to really fix it because it was permanent marker. It's not water soluble, etc. So that aside, I really think that this was a great first piece in my sketchbook. There was no pressure. There was no need for this to look any certain way. I used my favorite colors. I used a reference that I'm really happy with and really enjoyed the memories of, and just the process of bringing this to life in my sketchbook. Despite the mistakes of the marker previously, I did go through and line this again with some additional fine liners, and overall, I think that this piece represents the start of me taking on this goal and creating more artwork this year. Enjoy those crisp edges and let me know down in the comments what your goals for 2025 are. I hope that you get a great start to the beginning of this year. I wish you a happy and healthy 2025, and I just appreciate you being here. If you liked this video, click the like button. Consider subscribing to this channel, as I hope to put out more art and music related content this year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I, as always, will catch you in the next one. Bye.